When you think about mansions, you often consider how large they are, or how many rooms they have, or what kind of people buy them. Something that sometimes escapes your mind is that these massive buildings often take millions, or even tens of millions to make. And there are some out there that even break the 100 million mark in terms of value or construction. Hard to picture, isn't it? But it is true. So given that, allow us to show you the most expensive houses ever built. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. The Fish House. There have often been attempts to merge the human world with nature for interesting effect, and that is what was done with the fish house that resides in Singapore. They put a massive pool within the house itself and allowed it to be surrounded by nature. In other words, it's a look and feeling that you won't get just about anywhere else. And what's more, if you were to go into the basement area of the home, you'll see a window that'll allow you to go and observe the pool in a new light, and even see your friends or family swimming within it. Add to that, there's a perfect view of the ocean, ensuring that no matter where you look, you have a wonderful view of nature. The cost of this place was $100 million when it was first put on the market, which isn't surprising given all the care that was likely put into making every inch of it perfect. Number 7. Playboy Mansion. Yep, this is the real Playboy Mansion that was for a long time owned by Hugh Hefner of Playboy magazine fame. Though to be clear, Hugh didn't own the mansion until 1971, and he did only pay $1 million for it. It was owned by various people well before him. Still, it's located in Beverly Hills, has 12 bedrooms, and had plenty of space for him and his bunnies to play, as well as party all night long with various guests. And no, that's not a euphemism. There are movie theaters, grottos, a massive wine cellar, and even a zoo in this place, so you can see why so many wanted to check it out for themselves. After Hefner's death, the mansion sold for over $100 million, though it should be noted that it was originally on the market for $200 million. Still, it's a lot of money for a mansion that had some very questionable things happen in it. Number 6. Up-Down Court. If you were to look for some of the most expensive homes in all of England, you would eventually arrive at the Up-Down Court. This place has 103 rooms and only 24 of them are bedrooms. There are bowling alleys, tennis courts, a variety of pools, both standard and infinity, a wine cellar that can have up to 3,000 bottles in it, and so much more. Plus, the house itself sits on 58 acres of land. Upkeep of the mansion is $3 million a year. During 2005, when it was on the market, it was valued at $138 million. Now that's a lot, but considering you would be living next to Sir Elton John, Sarah, Duchess of York, and Queen guitarist Brian May, may be worth the price of admission and upkeep. Number 5. Bill Gates' Home. Bill Gates, the creator of Microsoft and one of the most charitable men on the planet. He's a great guy, and his massive mansion, known as Xanadu 2.0, proves that he's willing to spend a lot of money to not just be happy and live nicely, but also pay out the wazoo to keep everyone in the house safe. It cost him over $147 million to make this mansion a reality. And oh, what a reality it is. He has mines on his property and an electrical fence. He has security cameras and sensors that can alert him and his family if there's a person coming from over a mile away. It's both awesome and terrifying. Plus, he made it so that trees and various plantations actually surround the house, making it so people can't get good pictures of the property without seeing a lot of greenery. Even if you're invited to the house, you have to go through special security measures, which include you having to wear a pin in order to get into the house, and through the various security systems that Gates has set up. However, once you are inside, you'll be treated to a menagerie of technical wonders and more, including interactive art, very special swimming pools, and more. So he might be a little overprotective, but you can easily see why once you get inside the home. Number 4. The Manor. There's a place known simply as The Manor, and it actually is the largest and most expensive property in all of Los Angeles. It was originally owned by Bing Crosby, but then Aaron Spelling bought it and literally razed it to the ground so that he could make his own home. Celebrities, what are you gonna do? His house was in direct conflict to his personality. He was very quiet and shy, but his home was massive. 123 rooms, a screening area, a gym, a bowling alley. He had 3 rooms dedicated solely to wrapping presents, and of course, plenty of garages for his cars. Speaking of cars, the house had a parking lot that could house 100 cars. When Spelling eventually died, the house was put up on the market for $150 million. It was eventually sold for just under $120 million, which made it the most expensive purchase in California history. Number 3. Bel Air Spec Mansion. The Bel Air spec mansion is a very atypical kind of mansion because of the way it looks and how it was constructed inside as well. It took a team of over 300 people many years to construct it perfectly. This place was built for billionaires, a new class of billionaire even, so much so that the place is literally littered with luxury. 21 bathrooms, 12 bedrooms, an infinity pool, a wall of candy dispensers, elevators lined with crocodile skin, a James Bond themed theater, a 4-lane bowling alley, and a helipad. With more as you tour the place. When the house went up for sale in 2017, it had an asking price at $250 million. Ironically though, despite all that luxury, it was sold in late 2019 for only about $94 million. Still though, that's a lot of luxury for one house, so you can see why they shot for the moon on the price. Number 2, Fairfield Estate. The Hamptons are a place where many rich and elite people go to build houses and just enjoy their lavish natures, but nothing compares to the Fairfield Estate in terms of both lavishness and security. The property itself is owned by Ira Renard, who is worth billions, and he's not afraid to spend those billions, as you are about to see. The massive property he has in the Hamptons is worth over $249 million alone, which is one of the most expensive in the United States. But as the old saying goes, it's the inside that counts. Renard is known for spending lots of money on rare things, to the extent that he has $500 million worth of rare art inside the mansion. Technically, the estate houses 4 different homes, further adding to its expensiveness and elegance. Number 1, the Antilia. For Mukesh Ambani, an Indian business tycoon who is worth billions, he took the idea of getting a bigger house to the most literal and costly factor he possibly could. Because he didn't just buy a big house or a big mansion, he bought the biggest residential property in the world today. It is known as Antilia, and it is something to behold, especially in regards to its price tag. It costs around $2 billion and has 27 floors. Currently, the Ambani family employs close to 600 staff members to take care of the house. Inside the property, there are close to 3 to 4 floors dedicated to housing the 50-plus luxury car collections of the Ambanis. The house is also equipped with a ballroom, 3 helipads, gardens, a temple, guest suites, a health level, and a home theater that seats 50. It is a massive place that almost boggles the mind, which is a problem, because the people in India who have to look at it every day hate it for all the right reasons. Tata Group former chairman Ratan Tata said Antilia is an example of rich Indians' lack of empathy for the poor. Tata said the person who lives in there should be concerned about what he sees around him and asking, can he make a difference? If he is not, then it's sad, because this country needs people to allocate some of their enormous wealth to finding ways of mitigating the hardship that people have. It makes me wonder why someone would do that. That's what revolutions are made of. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the mansions and homes that cost loads of money to go and make a reality? Can you believe the cost of some of these mansions and how much money was willing to be spent to have the perfect home? Which one of these mansions do you feel is just too over the top for words? Which ones would you want to live in yourself if you had the ability? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.